Right, this is some more in the momentousness. What can I say? What can I say? What can I say? This isn't going to be like a bitch at anyone in particular. It really isn't. But it's me managing the shit that I fucking just have to fucking accept and deal with. And it's really hard for other people to understand. So just like it gets that stalemate where I think, okay, cool, don't worry about it. I'll just kick back and sort the shit out myself. But it's like I had like an episode this morning which I knew was over nothing. Again, I knew it was over nothing. I just left the oven on for the third time, and it's like my landlady had to say something. Of course she did. She said something yesterday, and I did it again last night, and that's just classic me, and it's beyond all of that. I get to that stalemate where if I try and talk about this stuff, people always say, this is just, you're expecting it to happen, that's why it's happening. It's like, no, I'm not expecting it to happen, I just know it fucking always does. And it's like, I'm just sick of people telling me that it happens, because that was just a classic. That was just an absolute classic. I get told about it, that I've left it on, and so I was stressed about it. So then I left it on again that exact night. And like, I remember saying at the time, I just won't cook here. And I just know I'm acting like a 2-year-old, or looking like I'm acting like a 2-year-old. But I'm not. I just know, it's simple. I use the microwave. That's all I do. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm eating ready meals anyway. It doesn't matter, because what matters is when I do it. And I will fucking do it now. Now it gets like this, it's just, I know from fucking experience and bending over backwards and challenging that fucking belief that, oh, it's only happening because you say so. Actively challenging it, doing all the shit that everyone says I just need to do, and it happens again. So I'm like, just without, and then that did throw me into a wobbler about my negativeness about it's just from any fucking aspect I'm impossible to be around. I wind people up against the point where I'm costing them money and they've got an absolute right to be pissed off. And it's always just when I'm naturally just me. And so then I recognised it and I was going to make a video about it. Because like, this is the shit. This is the shit. This is when it's happening, and I know that it's happening, and I know that I'm being #unreasonable or whatever, but it's happening. Like, you know that feeling when you were a little kid and someone's giving you a bollocking or something and you start to cry, and there's that, like that, inside, right? Then imagine that just stays, that, all the time, just there. That feeling that you're about to cry, no matter what your conscious fucking mind does about it. And I'm fucking telling you, I'm experienced this shit. I've been challenging it. I have read endless self-help books. I have tried endless techniques with very open mind. I'm not just sitting in the problem and wallowing in it. I'm recognising the aspects of it that are still fucking there. And that's it. It was like I was gonna go to the gym. I was on the way down to have a fucking milkshake and go to the gym. And then just from hearing some news, it was like, it was one of my actions or not actions that had again become a problem. And if you isolate that instant, oh, come on, it doesn't matter. Yeah, been here 1,000 fucking times before, mate. And I'm not even joking. Thousands and thousands of times before. You're doing this, i.e. not doing that, and I'm seeing the damage that I'm causing. I'm a fucking liability, to be frank. And it sounds funny to joke about, but it's not nice to live with. And it has led to, like, not a belief that I'm difficult to be around, it's a knowledge that I'm difficult to be around. So then I went out, and I went to the coffee shop, and then I was told, I was dancing there, I think that was yesterday. And they know what I'm like in there. And then I got told basically that I'd cost them 250 quid. And I was just thinking, I'm really in a great space to be hearing this shit, mate. I'd literally just woken up from my fucking power nap, not a power nap, just an oblivion nap. Because my head was going out of control and I was trying my best to stop it and I couldn't. So I got to that space where I was like, and I just went to sleep and I slept for like 3 hours or something. And then it's like 11:30. And I get up and I'm like in the zone and I go for a coffee and then I get told that. And I was like, all right. I won't go there then. And then again, I look like a baby, but so fucking be it. I just went down and spent a fiver on a coffee, and apparently I cost him 250 quid. I can see his logic. Fine, I won't come in. It was another one of those situations where I had no idea at the time. The geezer fucking said hello to me. Hello, mate. The geezer said hello to me. Smiled at me. So it's, I'm already having trouble interpreting the world around me. And then shit like this happens when yesterday gets brought back up and fucking interpreted, and yet again I was fucking not acceptable. Haven't done anything wrong, and don't be down on yourself. I'm told what to feel about it. That's the other thing. Told how to respond to it. No one's having a go at you. No one's making you feel bad. Don't fucking care what you think you're not doing anymore. When I just get told that, I respond. I can't help it. I can't help it. And I think anyone would. Anyone would. Just from being you. Just from being you. While I was dancing, he smiled at me and said good morning. So he thought it was a nice thing to see at the time. And then by 24 hours later, you can't do that anymore. So, not doing it anymore isn't really a fucking option anymore. Because when I try not doing things anymore, I just turn into this anxious fucking wreck. But then I'm an anxious fucking wreck now. It's not really fucking much fun. But I do. As soon as I try and regulate myself, I just instantly make myself the least important fucking person in the room. And I'm not having that shit either. So it's just a logical conclusion to just keep myself the fuck away. Schizoid. That's why my schizoid was flaring up. That was the bit I related to with the schizoid personality disorder. It's just like, hey, I won't try and change you because I can see everything that you're saying and you're bang on. It has no effect on me or the way I feel, and it has no effect on my ability to not make it happen anymore. So let's just part company. That's why I feel different. That's why I feel I don't fit in, because I'm told quite clearly in specific fucking parameters with figures attached by people referring to actual events involving me. So it isn't a negative mindset, is it? It's not a negative mindset. It's things that are happening. So I'm back here in my little turtle shell for a while. And that's just the fucking way it is, man. That's just the fucking way it is. Because if I try and go outside and interact with people, this shit's always bubbling and boiling at the back of my fucking head. And I just hate the question, how are you doing? I don't fucking know. Because everyone says, how you doing? Yeah, I'm alright. Oh, cool. I'm not alright. I'm not functioning correctly right now. I'm really not. I'm really not. And, I've used the phrase a lot, like, the thing you love most about me will be the thing that you hate most about me as well. And it's hardly ever made sense to anyone, I think, historically. There's probably a few people who've got it. I'm sorry if I've excluded you. But it's true. It's my bubbly, bright miciness is what people celebrate in me, and that's what I love being celebrated in me. And that's the bit that makes people fucking stop and say hi to me in the street and fucking wave at me and shit like that. It's lovely. But it's also the bit that's like, now, come on, that's just not suitable for here. It's like, I'm not editable. I'm not editable. I'm not editable. You can't change my channels. Only something else changes my fucking channels, and not even me. And that is something I remember. That was one of the big old fucking ADHD things, because I thought a lot of my thought processes were because of my alcoholism. And I was always saying about it feels like my brain is a fucking TV that I can't stop watching. It's like I'm being sat like that dude in that film with his eyes popped open. Clockwork Orange. That's it. Fucking hell. Wow, go me. I remember the film. But someone else has got the remote. And then that was one of the things when I first was had other people telling me I've got ADHD. Don't listen to what anyone tells you. But then it was other people that told me I got ADHD, and then other people, countless of them, told me I totally, definitely fucking didn't. And then when I did, countless other people told me it was no fucking surprise that I had, because it was obvious. This world is fucking always confusing to me. Can you not see why? Can you not see fucking why? It's like, no wonder I am schizoidical. No wonder I never know what's fucking happening. Seriously, no wonder I never know what's fucking happening. Oh dear. But yeah, it's like I'm doing something, like I said, normally I would be back to the snail shell, turtle shell, whatever I said, something about retreating into a little space. That's what I meant. Because I normally would. And I'd be crying by now, normally. I'd be crying. Because it's just endless reminders of how I'm not compatible. And that's like an underlying feeling that's always ready to fucking raise its hand. And then you just like know that you're overreacting to the first one. And like, my landlady was cool as fuck about it. She wasn't horrible to me, and it's like, obviously, you know, when she mentioned it yesterday, I said, if you get your bill and it's gone up, let me know and I'll pay the difference. You know, I don't want to be that much of a liability, and I will take responsibility for my fucked upicalness. And then I did it again because I was stressing about it, and that caused it to fucking happen again. I went into that kitchen going, turn the oven off, turn the oven off, turn the oven off, turn the oven off, and I left it on. That's how effective coping strategies that exist for memory are with me. You know, post-it notes, I walk right past them. I stop noticing them. The fact that they're there makes me operate with less consciousness to what I'm doing, because I've got the notes to help me in a weird way. And that's how I sort of look back and think, oh my God, I was just when I think back to when I actually did the thing where I fucked up with it, and my mind state at the time was just almost a la-di-da-di-da. And then I can see that, you know, that's why people tell me I don't care. I don't give a shit. It's not that I don't give a shit, it's that my brain just goes into autopilot mode and looks like it doesn't give a shit. But yeah, then the next one was just a very, very much more real one. But I know that if I spoke to the people concerned, they'd tell me I'd got it wrong. That's not what they meant, and all that. And I think, but then I'm having to reinterpret your actual sentences that mean an actual thing, and then apparently decided that's not what you meant, and I won't be able to do that. I'm very sorry. I fucking think literally so much. You know, is anybody sitting here? It's fucking obvious nobody's sitting there. You're talking to an empty chair. We'll never fucking get my head around that. I'm sorry.